to break through it all. Sorry if I put you in an imposition. One minute to go. Damn it. One final go. Ah, there it is. There it is. 330. It's not a win, but we ended up positive once again. We barely went into debt during that one. Oh, what a stream this has been. Are my lights back on? Yeah, they are. Good, right. So, where's my lights? Do, 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 do. Ba, 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 ba. Oh, you love to see it. You love to see it. Right, for all of you out there, thank you so much for all the support. Thank you all for being here tonight. Thank you to everyone who's donated. A big hello to all the new followers. Thank you for all the bits, for everyone that's given bits. I really appreciate all the support, and thank you to everyone who's donated directly. We have hit £2,000, which means, I kid you not, in 5 days, we've added £1,000 to that total in just 5 days. Genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much to all of you for all the incredible support. You've been amazing. Just a quick reminder, if you want to get yourself a Club 601 t-shirt, you have but 3 days to get your orders in. So don't delay, get them in. You then get a full week after that in order to actually pay it. So if you're not sure if you're going to have the money just yet, like this weekend, don't worry, you've got a full week afterwards to actually pay for it if you do want to go ahead with it. So don't delay in terms of getting them in. We're going to go over and say hello to our good friend Royal Flush. We're going to go and have a special game night over at his. Please stick around and please make sure you come along. It is Sonic themed, it's interactive, you can all get involved. It'd be wonderful if our community went over, supported Royal Flush for all that he's done today, and got involved with some of his quizzes. You never know, you might get yourself hooked and want to do some more. I'm going to be back tomorrow. It's an early stream, 11 a.m. We're going to be doing some Dream Team runs, because in the evening, I have got a Power Up with Pride run of Sonic Dream Team. So I'll see you all tomorrow morning from 11 a.m. But in the meantime, I'll actually see you all over at Royal Flush's channel. I'll be back immediately. Huge thank you to all of you. Do look after yourselves. Take care. I'll see you over on Royal Flush's channel. But for now, have a wonderful weekend. Good night.
We'll be right back. HUD 601 notes.
Distinction! Good evening, 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 and welcome to a very special game night on this Friday, the 14th of June. And we're here for the Sonic special, and I am joined downstairs by my friend HUD601. HUDs, welcome on over to game night. How are you keeping?
Hello, buddy. I am doing fantastically. Thank you so much for having me back. It's always nice to come over and be your wonderful sidekick here over on game
friend,
night,
if you will.
Your pointless friend.
Well, it's very appropriate for the game we're playing tonight. But look, first of all, thank you for having me over the road, and thank you for that massive raid. I'll say hello to everyone in just a minute, but it's great to have you back here. For everyone who's coming to join the game, if you would like to play, first of all, we are limited to 57 players, and I'm aware we've got 96 viewers. So if everyone wants to play, some of us might get sad. There is a link there to the app that you will need. There are some instructions if you're using it for the first time. whereby you'll have to validate who you are by typing something back into the Twitch chat. It just means that we can get your avatar and we can use the internal channel currency. This first game is called Distinction, and it's a lot of fun. I'll tell you more about it in just a minute, but no PB tonight.
No PB, no. It didn't quite go to plan in Sonic 1, suffice to say. But no, it happens. I haven't run the remaster trilogy in a long time. Year and a half, maybe? So... and it is very different to the classics.
1 second, I'm just getting a message from my bro Ash that he spotted something that I'm hoping no one else has. Yes, I have. Good spot, mate. Just to get ahead of the curve, thank you for the message, Ash. Next week on Game Night, next Saturday, I'm doing Big Break Live, and to that end, we've got an overlay that's going into OBS, and so there's a chroma key on there. But Ash seems to have spotted it, and he said, there's something strange going on. So I've just taken that filter off, and hopefully it's all fine now. Good spot, and we're now good. I think you were slightly hamstrung by some Burke playing the piano while you were trying to concentrate, possibly.
No, that definitely helped. Apparently, by the way, my mic is a bit loud your side. You need to turn me down.
It is a little loud. You're a little loud in my ear. If I turn you down...
I can turn it down my side if it would help.
I'm changing it. Oh, actually, changing it in OBS Video Ninja is going to do precisely nothing because I'm not piping your audio from there.
No.
How do I do that? Do I click you? No.
Yeah. Maybe
you do it your end. You're the.
I'll do it myself. Hang on.
As we discussed earlier,
is that any better?
Yeah, that's a bit better. That's marginally better.
Chat, let me know if this is any better. We don't want any of your ears to be blown off. You've heard enough of me for the last 2 hours.
Well, look, let me say hello to everyone. So first of all, Hutz, thank you for that enormous raid. Welcome new friends and welcome old friends as well. Who have we got in tonight? Good evening to Grawl NL, to Eli Henson, to Mark, to Opsy, G. Eisens Natter, Andrew Mack, Nico, Amalfader? I think, am I saying that right? Amalfader, Battyman, Amaltieda, apologies. Welcome to you, Battyman. Good evening, Prues. Good evening, Huds. Hello. Good evening, Works of Magic and Pyro Pygmy, Rocket Sailor, the Theocoma, Delta the Techie. Welcome, Cornell Red. Hello, Palea. Good evening, Slither Baron. Welcome to you, Saulo Andrade. Welcome to you, Vital Kanev, Sonic Anim, Dennis on the Internet, Shadow Sylvian, Tin Man, Lingo. Sooty Bunsen, Colo, KM Lone Mouse Wolf, welcome. Good evening, Dragon and Race Pro UK and Ash and Chezzy, Cowboy Knuckles, aka CBK. Good evening, Topper and Nick M and Dozy Line and anyone else who is lurking, loitering and lingering in the chat. You are most welcome to be here. Thank you so much for joining me both here and earlier. This is a game called Distinction. It is played through the app, and I'm going to give a few extra minutes just for people to get in, because if it's new for you, then there's a couple of extra steps and it'll just take a minute to finagle. Good evening, Ardenfest. Welcome to the stream. As ever on these streams, if you want to suggest a raid message for when we go and raid onto someone later on, you can type something into the chat. If you type a message and precede it with a hashtag, I'll get a little log up on here on my potential raid messages, and I'll pick my favourite to go and raid somebody later on. You can only recommend 3, so don't just spam it. If you just spam everything, it'll log the first 3 and then no more for you. So thinking of things that have happened, but it's just rather than trying to remember the key moments. That won't be too difficult tonight, I feel. But just in case, get your suggestions into the raid messages. There's a couple have come in. 2 people have suggested hashtag Royal Symphony. Battyman and Huds have suggested those immediately. So that's a strong start. Google Cheese, welcome to the stream. So like I say, this is Distinction. It's a speed game where you've got to look for the rarest answers on the board. Huds is going to be my pointless friend, and he's going to be furnishing us with lots of facts. If you want to sit and watch through a round before thinking about whether you're going to come and join later on, you can do that. You can join in between rounds, and you'll be most welcome to do that. If you just want to sit and watch for the bants, that's completely fine as well. But if you want to take part, you will need that app at persephonechair.itch.io/game night, and there it is once again, available in Mac, Windows and WebGL format. Very grateful to Lewis T1, who has proofed the 2 question packs of the games we're going to be playing tonight. Starting with this one, Distinction. I've written both of them, so it's fairly Ben-core in places, but I've tried to make it accessible all round, because I recognise we've got people who aren't necessarily regular quizzes here, so hopefully there's something for everybody in this pack and we'll all have a great time. So Huds, let's not do that again.
No? How are the rest? They held up all right.
My arms were about to fall off. But it was getting like the last third of S3K or S3 Air.
Yeah.
It was just starting to. I was like, I need to do something else because it became so quite repetitive. I ended up just doing arpeggios just to get some movement going on. But it was.
So here's the thing. At what point did you suddenly realise? Oh wait, my suggestion means I have to play for basically 2 hours straight.
It probably started to dawn in Metro. Because Metro has got 3 acts, so it felt longer, and they're longer acts anyway. And it was a... I don't know if my piano is actually still on or not. If it's, I think I've muted it.
I didn't hear anything.
Something like that. It might be coming through. You can't hear that?
Yeah, it's going through on the stream.
Great. So it was just that. It was just... I was just thinking... Yeah, what it is. It's... It just sort of felt like Mr. Bean at the Olympics doing that one note over and over again.
Yeah. I do want to point out to everyone, by the way, that the running Sonic, like the Sonic trilogy, with Ben playing the backing music, was his idea. I'm taking no credit for this. It was all his idea, and the moment he put it into my DM, I was like, yes, we're doing this. This is amazing. This is perfect.
It was a lot of fun. It was good to do. It was good to do something different because I know a couple of years ago we did the race where you won after I'd had probably too much prosecco, and the year before we did the race where I won.
So you won, yep.
I feel we're sort of even on that front. But that was good. That was some time ago in a completely different house at that point. So it was. But it's good to it's good to come back and do that. I love doing collab streams, and you've been on one in person here, and I know I've had a few people on doing collab stuff at game nights, so it's always a pleasure.
I forgot something while you were still with me on the on my stream. Actually, can you just you? This isn't for anyone in chat, but can you just quickly open up my stream chat a second?
Your stream chat?
On your side. Yeah. So if you open up a web browser and go to my stream a second, there's something I need to show you in stream chat.
Okay. TV slash. Come on. I can't type. The excitement slash HUD601. There you are.
Here's the really cool thing. You can just go to HUD601.co.uk and it redirects you.
I should probably remember that, actually. that hack. Stream offline.
Have you got chat open, though? If you open up chat.
Yeah. Chat's open at the side. What, your public chat?
Yeah, as in my chat on my stream.
Yeah, you're in emote only mode.
Yes, hopefully you should see something.
In chat, we'll be right back. Captain Stats.
Post an emote. You might need to refresh. I see a couple of you over
there. Let me refresh.
I'll send you a little DM of it.
Have I got my own emote? That would be. I don't know what I'm looking for.
Have a look at your DM.
Hey! I got the diamond! Bloody hell, it's taken long enough! I
Royal
appreciate
Flush,
it very much.
Congratulations, you are now VIP.
Officially a VIP, thank you.
To be honest, for 4 years of helping me to fundraise for Bristol Pride, for doing these special game nights, and to be honest, for a 2-hour symphony performance, I think you deserve it, buddy. So congrats. Thank you.
Very kind. Thank you so much. I will wear that badge with pride. Roy Johnson, Mr. Vertigo, and Sonic Kichigo, welcome to the stream, and to all the new followers. Goodness me, there are a lot of you. Suti Bunsen, Eli Henton, Carving Light, Ridisu, KM Lone Mouse Wolf, and then some others from when I was over in Ninkuku, Tuberry, Bamba Boozler. Nice throwback to Channel 4 teletext there. Saulo Andrade, Skittle Juice, Scrawling Google Cheese, Andrew Mack, Razeth, Callie, Shadow Sylveon, everyone who's joined, welcome and thank you so much for the support. We're going to have a good night and we're going to get on with the quiz now because I've been waxing lyrical, but thanks again to HUDs for the raid. Thank you and welcome to all of our new followers and all of our new friends. We are in for a treat, if I say so myself, having written the questions. HUDs, are you ready to be a pointless friend?
I am so looking forward to this. You know I love doing this. And yeah, I've seen the questions. This is going to be so much fun. If you don't want to play this one, don't worry. Just stick around, see how it goes, and then join us afterwards for Red Herrings. Like, is this one where you can jump in at any time?
You can jump in between rounds in this one.
Between rounds. Okay. So yeah, if you watch the first round, you're not quite sure, jump in for the second round. Like, honestly, all of my lot, you'll love this. Please do join in.
You will have a great time. And Riff Raccoon and We Like Shapes, welcome. Riff Raccoon, brand new follower from HUD601's channel, Kappa. Lovely to have you here. Hope you're well. All right, we hope you're ready to play at home. Good luck, have fun. Let's play Distinction. Okie dokie, in front of you, you will see your app, and hopefully it'll populate with some questions in a minute. On the broadcast, there are 3 boards. One board has 10 answers, one has 11, and one has 12. The idea is to be the first to find the answers on each board. You can give me a maximum of 3 answers, but they only count if you are the first person to give me the answer. You get some consolation points if you answer within 5 seconds. Welcome to the game, Charlie Banks. You get some consolation points if you answer within 5 seconds of the first person to answer, but what you'll probably see in the first 15 seconds is a lot of them flipping around as people find them. The idea is find the answers as fast as you can. These are exhaustive boards, so on the board on the left there will only be 10 answers in total. Entirely. Every answer is covered. The middle board there will only be 11, the right board there will only be 12. You get 20 points if you are the first one to find an answer. There is additionally, a bonus on each board, which is chosen at random. That is worth 30 points if you can find that, and is signified by the wow sound effect if you find that. So potentially you could get 90 points because you can take answers 1 from each board, 3 from one, or 2 from one and 1 from another. It's entirely up to you, but the idea is type as fast as you can. You'll see a lot of answers go very quickly. Hopefully that's the noise that we're looking for, yes. Hopefully, we'll see your names populated on the board as you find the answers. If someone else beats you to the punch, though, you can disregard that answer because it's only the first person to find it. You have got 60 seconds to find the 33 answers across these 3 boards. And remember, you can only give me 3. It's not type in chat, Grawlen. It's all through the app. Don't type anything in chat, even if you're just playing along and watching in the audience. Nothing in chat, please. Let's keep spoilers out of chat. And for the record, because I know we've got new people here, Googling is not allowed here. We don't allow people to Google for the answers. Not that it'll help you in this game, because it's a speed game anyway, but no Googling, just you and your brain. Good luck to you all, and your categories for this first round are artists with 10 or more UK #1 singles, countries with a national flag containing 3 vertical stripes only, and American Horror Story season titles. Get typing. And the answers start to come in. There's Madonna, there's France, there's the Beatles. There's our first bonus for Italy, Romania, Chad, Ed Sheeran, Coven, Westlife being a second bonus right there. Take that coming up, and Peru now as well. There is one more bonus over on the right-hand side. There it goes, Mark taking Asylum. All 3 bonuses are exhausted, going to 3 different players. You have got 30 seconds left. Still quite a few answers to find over on the artists on the left-hand side, and quite a few of the American Horror Story seasons over on the right as well. Thought that one might be the bottleneck in this particular round. Welcome, Charlie Pancakes, Glenn Topher, Score Count, and Silent Marine. Welcome to the stream. Lovely to have you here. No Googling. 10 seconds. Last opportunity. Can you find any more? And there's the grace time. There is one answer still to come in because it came in before the whistle, but there's a 5-second delay. Nigeria being found by Google Cheese there. You've done awfully well. American Horror Story maybe being the bottleneck slightly there. And how did you? I mean, you've seen the answers. How many would you have found there, Hans?
So, American Horror Story seasons, I probably would have got most, if not all of them, purely because of the fact that my wife loves it, and Mrs. Huds just constantly tells me, "Oh, I really want to watch this, really want." So I know them pretty well. Countries with only vertical stripes, I'd probably struggle on that. Artists with 10 or more UK #1 singles, I think I would have got most.
Well, I think we've done very well. Let's just go through the wrong answers. Well, first of all, the bonus answers there. Westlife, I can't quite see who got that because it's an avatar I don't recognise. Italy, I think, was Google Cheese, and Asylum was Mark, so you get 30 points for those. Well done. Let's reveal the wrong answers, and Huds will tell you a bit about them.
Yeah, so let's start off with the artist. So you missed Calvin Harris. He's got 11 number one singles, believe it or not. The most out of that list, though, believe it or not, is actually Elvis Presley with 21, and then the Beatles with 18, but frankly, they are overrated.
They are overrated.
Right, let's talk about the countries with the national flag. Pretty much, did we get all of them, I think? Except for Guinea.
Guinea at the top being elusive there. There's a few others in here that you might have gone for. Nigeria and Peru are bicolour vertical tribands. They were both up there on the board. They've got 3 stripes but only 2 colours. And the others are all tricolour triband. Fun fact for you, the technical term for triband flags with emblems or logos is charged. If it's got a logo on it, it'd be a charged. There's an awful lot of horizontal tribands, but only these 11 plain vertical ones. Huds, any more on the flags to tell us?
Yeah, so the civil flag of Andorra is actually plain, but the national flag actually has an emblem on it. Examples of charged vertical tribands are Canada, Guatemala, Mexico, Cameroon, Andorra, Mongolia, Moldova, and Senegal.
So any of those would have been wrong answers. Over in the American Horror Stories, having a much more of a tricky time, missing out Freak Show, Delicate, Double Feature, Cult, NYC, and Roanoke. The one with Lady Gaga was Hotel, which was found
number 5.
Answer season number 5 there. So that is the first round. Well done if you managed to get some points. Let's clear those boards and check out the scores. Get ready to read fast because I still haven't got a control button on here. They'll just go through as fast as they like. Few people yet to score, but don't worry, still plenty of time to get some points. There's our first set of points, and wow, that mesh has overflowed. That is very much a thing. Lots of 5 points, so some consolation points. Roy Johnson is our first player to get 20. Prugs, Opsy, Never Played Sonic, Mr. Verka, Google Cheese, and Dr. Clive Robotnik all getting 20. Dragon, Charlie Panks getting 20, and then a few 25s, a couple of 30s, and then up to the top spot, 35s, 40s, 45s, 60, and Riff with the lead with 65.
Seen a few of my lot in the top 10.
Good to see, good to see. We like to share the love, and good to have other communities over here. So that's the general idea of the game. That round 3 is basically the same as that. But before we do that, we've got round 2. Silent Marine, welcome to the game. Lovely to have you here. Now is an opportunity to come and join the game. If you missed the lobby at the beginning, there is the room code up there, JWTL, and you need to join with the app, which you can find at stephanieshare.itch.io/game night, and will appear in the chat now. Go and get the WebGL app if you want to come and join in. Right, going over to round number 2, and I did say there was going to be some Sonic bent in here tonight. There is some Sonic stuff and some general Environs trivia coming up. Yeah. But we can't have too much Sonic. I think we've sort of used up all the Sonic trivia over the last 3 years, so we're getting to the bottom.
What do you mean used it up?
We've used everything. We've asked every question on Sonic. Anyway, I think we're going to play on. I'm just going to wait for Andrew Mack. Although you may already be in, Andrew Mack. Let me see. It looks like you're just refreshing your device.
Not to give anything away, but for my community, you want to get in from this round. Trust me, if you're not already playing, get in. There are definitely some questions you will be able to answer. I promise.
Andrew Mack has joined the lobby again. You will need to... There we go, Andrew Mack. Looks like you've refreshed your account and we can go from here.
So someone put a buffering symbol over his head.
I'm just checking.
Hold.
With chat. I hope everything is cromulent in chat and going well. I've got a power user alert.
A good word.
Yes, that's a good word. Use. Oh, I see. We're using chat to answer. Yeah, use the app. Don't type any of your answers in chat. Most importantly, because it won't be processed by the game. You need to use the app. Yeah. So that's. So yeah, that's the thing. Move on. Round 2. Use the app. Oh, look at that diddy little wee board there. Only 5 answers on this board. So, round 2 works a bit differently. We've got 3 boards, but we're going to play them one at a time. On each board, there is a fixed number of answers, and you can have any of the answers. But the objective of this round is to find the answer that is rarest, the one that you think fewest other people will say. If you give me the rarest answer, i.e. if you're the only person to give the answer, you will get maximum points, which is the number of answers on the board board times by 10. So 50 points if you give me the rarest. The next most common will get 40, or the next rarest rather will get 40, then 30, then 20, then 10. So if you give me a correct answer, you're going to get points, but you want to think of the rarest answer, the one you think fewest other people are going to say. And once again, the answers that are on the board, that is the total number of answers. So anything that is not included on this board will be a wrong answer. Hopefully that all makes sense. In this round, you can only give me one answer. So don't start spamming. You can only give me one and give me the rarest. You have got 30 seconds to tell me any of the 5 streamers who are doing or have done a collab stream with HUD 601, not including HUD 601, for Bristol Pride in June 2024.
Who am I collabing with this month, everyone?
I'm glad you're here to verify this. 15 seconds. Let's have an answer, please.
Everyone should be able to answer.
Okay, everyone should be able. There's one you could definitely get. It is happening in front of you.
There is time up. There is time up. Okay, let's take a look at wrong answers and answers not received first of all. We've got an Ash, no answer. AT Bash, no answer. CBK, no answer. And Quiz. Now, the only one there, CBK, you're not streaming with CBK this month.
No, not streaming with CBK this month.
So, unfortunately, that was a wrong answer, as was Ash. Sleepy Space Sheep and Puzzle Down, welcome to the stream. So, everyone else gave me a correct answer. So, yeah, this month, specifically, RTFQ, as we say over here. Read the flipping question. So, everyone who is orange now has got some points, but let's find out how many, as I press the magic button, and we see how many answers you covered. Oh, my goodness gracious me. Out of the 5 answers between you, you have covered 4 of them. You've covered 4 of them. You've missed somebody out. So, going through in order of most popular, getting 20 points, because we've missed one, the floor is 20 points. 17 players. Going for Royal Flush, getting 20 points. ABB March, Silver Electron, Grawl Fets, Mr. Vertigo, Prugs, Pyro, Colo. Never played Sonic. Dr. Clive Robotnik. I really need to fix these meshes going over the line. Dragons, Sonata, Riff, Nick, Roy Johnson, and Puzzle Down. Yes, me. That's this stream happening right now.
We're doing it right now. We just did it.
We just did it.
You all watched it.
So,
for those of you that didn't answer, it's in front of you. Say what you see.
One of the variants on the answers was literally you. If you had said you would have got 20 points for that, but never mind. 20 points for saying Royal Flush. Moving up the ranks, 5 players getting 30 points for Nico, Race Pro, Chezzy, Akoma, Sonic, and CBK. 5 of you going for Nico Hart. What are you doing with Nico this month?
We're going to be doing a night at the casino. That's happening the last Wednesday of June. I think it's Wednesday the 27th.
Aha.
Wednesday 26th. Wednesday 26th.
Night at the casino 8, I want to say.
No, 6.
6. Can't keep track.
Is it 6? Oh, God, I should probably check.
Whichever one 6. It is. I'm mixing it up with the Sonic 8, obviously. Nico, very well done. 30. Nico, if you're here, you're worth 30 points. Moving up the ranks, and now we've got a tie. 50 points going to 6 players, because there are 3 players each going for Argic, Shadow, Sheeps, and Silent Marine, all saying Argic for 50 points, and 50 points each for Battyman, Dozy Lion, and Google Cheese for saying RPG. Tell us more about those.
Ooh, yeah, so RPG, I've been doing Trackmania Tuesday, and we've got the Jump King streams on Sundays as well. And then for Argic, obviously, we've got Crash Bash that we've been doing, the Crash Bash speedruns, and of course, a night at the casino. And the Sonic 8 race that's happening this Sunday. And that's your segue.
That's my segue. I just say Arg is rarer than Nico, Sonic Adam is saying, but in this game, you've also got to think everyone's going to go for the obvious ones. I'm going to go for the less obvious one. So then everyone ignores Arg because they think that's too obvious, maybe. But the one you missed that nobody got, because Hud's mentioned the Sonic 8. You missed that Supersonic. Nobody went for Supersonic.
Yeah, Supersonic's going to be joining us for the Sonic 8 race on Sunday. That's why we're doing it Sunday night. It's a 3-way race.
Supersonic, you'd have been worth 50 points, but as it happened, no one went for you, so no points there. But well done if you did get some points off of that board. Let's clear that board and move on to another puzzle. 2, 3. Ooh. No, that is correct. I was expecting 6 answers there, but no, 5 answers is right. So I want to check what the question is. So, same thing, different question, and there are exactly 5 answers on this board. You have got 30 seconds to tell me the rarest. We are looking for published novels in George R.R. Martin's A Song of Ice and Fire series?
Oh. Everyone should be able to get at least one.
Should be able to get at least one.
Have you read the books?
I've read the first 1.5.
I've got them. I've never read them. I think I've read the first page of the first one.
My
I was
wife,
like, yeah, this is long.
My wife's read them all. We're rewatching the show that is based off these books at the moment, with Dylan, who's really enjoying it. Last second, if you want to get an answer in, if you can, and that is time. Oh, Prue's in the nick of time.
Last second.
Nick of time, just sneaking in under the grace time there. Very well done. So Opsy, Eli, Sonic, Anim, Andrew, Mac, and Amal Theda not getting an answer in, but let's have a look at any wrong answers that I need to check. Mark, I can condone that. That is a correct answer. Give me a minute just to finagle that. Condone. It's not quite right, but it's close enough for me that I will allow that, and I'll tell you more about that in a minute. Crown of Fire and Ice, no answer. Coma, same thing there. I'm going to condone that as... You'll see why in a minute. No answer. Endgame, Song of Ice and Fire. No, that's what the series is called, but not the individual ones. Never read or heard of them. No answer. And Ice and Fire. Unfortunately, all of those are wrong answers. So let me press the magic button, and it will calculate the scores for me. And oh my goodness gracious me! Once again, out of 5 potential answers, you have covered 4 of them. And once again, we've got a tie in first place. So, most obvious one, 20 points, and 18 players going for this one. It is, of course, the first in the series, A Game of Thrones. AB Me, Fetz, Mr. Vertigo, Pruz, Colo, Never Played Sonic, Dr. Clivo Robotnik, Shadow, Sylveon, Dragon, Race Pro, Solo, Chezzy, Riff, CBK, Lingo, Roy, Charlie, and Puzzle Dan, all getting that one. Huds, anything to say on that one?
Yep, so everyone should hopefully have heard of the famous HBO TV show, A Game of Thrones. It is entirely based on the A Song of Ice and Fire books.
It is indeed.
And it is the first book.
A Game of Thrones is the first book of the series, and season 1 of the show Game of Thrones is based on that. Coming to some of the more rarefied answers, 3 players getting 30 points for A Storm of Swords. Well done, Silver Electron, Sonata, and Sheeps. A Storm of Swords, Huds.
Yeah, so Storm of Swords, I believe, is the 3rd book in the series, actually released in 2 volumes, which I believe was Steel and Snow and Blood and Gold.
You believe they were, because you're reading that from the notes that I provided
That's
for you.
what I'm reading, yeah. I'm assuming your notes are correct.
They are indeed, and we did also accept either of the volumes as that answer. Steel and Snow, Blood and Gold, all counted as A Storm of Swords. Well done if you got that. And then, 2 players each, I should say, going for A Dance with Dragons. I condoned them both. You said Dance of Dragons. It didn't quite make it through the spell checker, but the compunction was there. So A Dance with Dragons for 50 points. That was Mark and Akoma, and also A Clash of Kings. Batman and Pyro getting 50 points for A Clash of Kings. Hud.
Yes. Clash of Kings' 2nd book to be released, and Dance with Dragons is the most recent book to be released, which came out all the way back in 2011.
Did indeed. Also came out in 2 volumes. Dreams and Dust and After the Feast, both of which we included as that answer. And the one answer that nobody gave, the 4th book of the series, unsurprising because it is quite a forgettable book in this series. A Feast for Crows. Nobody going for A Feast for Crows, so no points for that, unfortunately. The Winds of Winter and A Dream of Spring are the titles of the 6th and 7th books, but they haven't yet been released. Well done if you picked up some points there. Let's clear that board and move on to puzzle number 3. Once again, 30 seconds, but this time there are 7 answers to choose from. 7 answers available and quite a few variants. I'm anticipating I might have to condone some here, but we'll see what happens. 30 seconds, give me the rarest answer you can think of out of the 7 possible answers for members of the hierarchy of road users as established in Rule H1 of the Highway Code.
Who's passed their driving test?
Who has passed their driving test in the UK?
If you haven't, you could probably still take a punt. 10 seconds.
Yes, there are 7 members of this hierarchy. Theocoma, I'm sure you would still get these road users in continental Europe as well. And so sometimes it's worth taking a guess rather than giving a nonsense answer. But there we go. All answers are in. Let's take a look at any wrong answers. We've got a nah. Lorry driver, I will accept Never Played Sonic, and I'm going to condone that under that one. Let me find it real quick. Hang on. That's that one. Yeah, let's condone that. That's fine. No answer. Cries in US. Excuse me. What? No clue. No answer. No answer. I'm in for answer. No. Truckers. Yeah, I'll take truckers in that same category as well. So just a couple that we need to condone. Again, it's one of those ones you've just got to. If you look at the question and think, oh, when the answers come up, I think some of you might kick yourselves here. But let's take a look and see if you covered all 7 answers. Oh. And once again, for the third time in a row, you have covered 6 out of 7 answers. All but 1 of the answers have been covered. So it's a little bit closer this time in the score. So let's go through them. 9 players, each getting 20 points for pedestrians. ABME, Mark, Silver Electron, Gruel, Proves, Dr. Clive Robotnik, Riff, Google Cheese, and Roy Johnson. Huds.
Yeah, so for those of you wondering, and I'll give you a bit of an insight here, Rule H1 of the Highway Code basically is established. It's a hierarchy of road users to ensure that those road users who can do the greatest harm have the greatest responsibility to reduce the danger or threat they pose to other road users. So the hierarchy is basically who can do the least harm and need the greatest, looking after, I suppose, all the way down to those that can do the greatest harm. So pedestrians will be at the very top of this list.
Indeed, so pedestrians are number 1 or number 7. I can't remember if it goes up ascending or descending. But either way, they are the most vulnerable road users. Also accepted people, walking, runners, walkers, and joggers. Anything in that ballpark would have been acceptable. 8 players, each getting 30 points for cyclists. Fets, Opsy, Race Pro UK, Chesy, Sonic, Dozy Line, CBK, and Puzzle Dan. Huds.
Yeah, would have also accepted anything like push bikes, biking, mountain bikes, anything like that. Cyclists, again, not very well protected when they're on the roads, but certainly a lot better off than a pedestrian. It can actually cause some pretty bad damage to pedestrians. Please don't ride on the pavements.
Sooty Bunter says cyclists do the greatest harm. I would. I'm not. My wife is a cyclist. I'm not a cyclist, but there's some interesting videos that do come up on X, formerly Twitter, relating to cyclists with dash cams. Wonder Taz, welcome to the stream. We've got a tie next. 3 people each getting, so a total of 6, getting 50 points for 2 answers. First of which is buses. 50 points for buses. Pyro, Never Played Sonic, and Silent Marine. There's a little bit of unpicking requiring for this one. Huds?
Yeah, so we've lumped it under buses, but it also includes anything such as lorries, HGVs, coaches, heavy goods vehicles, articulated lorries, basically the largest things that you are allowed on the road. They can cause the greatest damage, they're the most difficult to drive, you need a special license for most of them, and generally everything else needs to get out their way.
So that was 50 points for those 3 players, and also 50 points going out for motorcyclists. Colo, Lingo, and Charlie Panks going for motorcyclists.
Yeah, motorcyclists or mopeds, anything like that. Generally, they've got, you have to wear a helmet on it. Generally got a lot more protection, but still pretty exposed on the road.
Very well done. If you've got some points, the most points, and again, we've got a tie here. 2 lots of 2 players going for the next answer. I'm surprised at this next one. 2 players getting 70 points for cars. Cars. Natta and Akoma. Go for cars.
Amazing. Yeah, cars, probably the most common thing on the road. Obviously, all contained within, fairly well protected, certainly more protected than a motorcyclist, nowhere near as protected as a bus. Still get out of the way if a bus comes your way.
Very well done if you got cars. Yeah, 5th on the hierarchy. And the other answer, I believe it's answer number 3. Mr. Vertigo and Sheeps getting 70 points for horse riders. Horse riders.
Yeah, really, really good guess, that one. Not one that I would have got. We would have also accepted anything like horses, equine, horseback riders. But yeah, horses are allowed on the road. They generally are confined to bridle paths when they're not on the road. Obviously, a lot more protected than the cyclist, but they don't have an engine.
Horses are people too is an excellent raid message, and I condone Shapes to give me that as a raid message so I can credit him later on if it wins. Horses are people too. I love it. So the one answer that you've missed is really interesting. Nobody going for this one. Answer number 6. Second most risky. Anyone in chat want to have a go? Prue saying tracked vehicles. Charlie Pancakes is all over it. Yeah, vans. Yeah, vans.
Yeah, vans, minibuses, anything that's larger than a standard car, but nowhere near as big as a bus or an HGV. Again, for some of them, I don't think you need a special license, but you can get additional training for them.
I think there's an additional bit to drive a minibus. You can go through an extra thing, but you can drive it on a standard license. So, yeah. Excellent. Well done if you've got some points. Most players seem to be getting some points out of that round. SUVs, what is this?
SUVs are come under cars.
They come. Do they come under? Really?
Yeah, they're a car.
Blissfully, nobody said SUVs, but everything that is legally allowed on the road will fall into one of those 7 categories. Now, it looks like we caught most of them, which is great. That is the end of Puzzle 3. It's the end of round 2. So let's go, clear the board, and check out the scores on our VR headset telly. Anybody have a cup? There's just one player yet to score, but we are starting to see some points on the board for most players. We have a 40, a 50, a couple of 60s, a 70, and a 75 overlapping the mesh. I must fix that. Someone write in the Discord. Lingo, Roy Johnson, Pruse, Clive, Dozy Line, CBK. Getting into the top 18 now. Chessie, Google Cheese, Charlie Pranks. It's going too fast for me to read. We're into 3 figures now. Silver Electron, Race Pro, Batman all on 105, Riff and Sonatar on 125. And into our top spots are 3 on 130, Pyro 160, Shapes with the lead with 195, Akoma second with 175.
Yo, it's all changed at the top.
All changed in this game. Your luck can change just like that. So, that was round 2, and the scores are starting to mount up. Just to give you a heads up, for round 4 is the final round, and the top 3 scoring players will get to come and play in that round. However, before that, we've got one other round. Everyone else has a very, very important role to play in that final round, but it's a hot seat focus on the 3 players. You don't need a microphone or anything, but you will be the focus, and you'll get very special podia that are just for you. Before that, though, we have got the small matter of round 3. This is a familiar sight. It looks just like round 1, and it plays in exactly the same way. Type the answers as quickly as you can to populate these boards. 10 answers on these boards this time. And once, unlike last time, where each correct answer was worth 20, now the first answer scores 40 points, so it's sort of double money. Once again, subsequent answers, if you get an answer within 5 seconds of the first player to get it, you will get a consolation 5 points, and it won't count towards your allotment of 3, because once again, you can only give me a maximum of 3 answers. They can come from anywhere on the boards, 3 from the same, 1 from each, or 2 from one and 1 from another. It's entirely up to you, but if you can still type something, then do keep typing on the app. Thea Coma, thank you very much for that sub. Welcome to the fam, and enjoy ad-free viewing for the next month. The one big change about... there's also a bonus on each board, which is worth 60 points if you can find them. So there's 3 of those, potentially 180 points up for grabs here. So it's still anybody's game. And Grawl NL, thank you very much for that sub with Prime as well. Welcome to the fam, and enjoy ad-free viewing for the next month. Here's the catch with this, and I'm going to anticipate in advance, because HUD's called out when he looked through the questions. Members of HUD's community in particular might feel like they're getting sad with me when they're giving me answers. They think, hang on, this is definitely right. There's one board in particular, it's the board on the left. Unlike round 1, the answers on this board are not exhaustive, which means I might have picked a list that is 20 answers long, but I've selected 10 from each. So if you type an answer that you're sure is right and is definitely not on the board, it might be that I've not picked that one. So it just adds a little bit more variety to this game, and you've slightly got to get inside my head as the question writer. So you might have a perfectly valid answer, but I've only selected 10 of them. So yeah, get into Ben's brain is what is the order of the day here. So just in case anyone's thinking, that is definitely a right answer, it might not be included on this board, so bear that in mind. Don't lose valuable time trying to type the same answer over and over again because you think it definitely should be there. Okay? Right, that's about the level of it. Big points up for grabs here. You have got 1 minute, once again, 60 seconds on the clock, and there are 30 answers up here. And I would like to know from you 10 of... First levels in Sonic the Hedgehog games, chemical elements that are transition metals, and musicals in the top 20 of What's on Stage's top 100 musicals of all time. Here comes some answers. Green Hill, Emerald Hill, Iron, Wicked, all in very quickly. There's Gold as well. West Side Story, Les Miserables and his orchestra, Cabaret, Chromium, Copper. Good answering so far. There's a lot more up there. 40 seconds to go. Technician coming in. Green Grove. Tropical Resort coming in on the Sonic. Answering fairly evenly across. Angel Island and City Escape now coming in. And Mushroom Hill. Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street over on the right. Half your time gone. 30 seconds to go. Lots of chemical elements still available. 3 Sonic levels. And now 3 musicals as well. Guys and Dolls going there. There's Turquoise Hill going over there now. I think Osmium has just been found. 2 on the left. 3 on the right. 4 in the middle. 15 seconds. Can you find any more? There goes Into the Woods. There goes Titanium. I am Titanium. Any more for any more? Last 5 seconds. There's a couple of answers coming in. I can see them now on my log. There's Palm Tree Panic. There's Palladium. Anything in the grace time? It turns out not. 5 answers uncovered, but you have done jolly well there. 25 out of 30 in the non-exhaustive round is very impressive, but you've only found 1 bonus. Goodness gracious me. Monsters didn't say Phantom of the Opera. That's because it's not very good. Hashtag opinions. Anyway, I have to say I'm really impressed with the Sonic one. The Sonic one is has done particularly well. There's one missing, and Hudson, you can probably see what the missing answer is.
I can indeed, and they're going to kick themselves when they see this one. Do you want me to reveal it?
Let's reveal. Clive Legend, welcome to the stream. A good bet opinion. Yeah, I think so as well. There's a honk because we are in agreement. Let's reveal the missing answers. Oh, Hudson's community, you got to get very sad over that board on the left. Missing answers: Toxic Caves, and in the middle, Hafnium and Rhenium, and on the right, Dear Evan Hansen and Jesus Christ Superstar. Huds, over to you.
Right, let's start off with the Sonic levels to begin with. Yes, Toxic Caves, obviously from Sonic Spinball. We've got Emerald Hill and Angel Island. You will have just seen them. Mushroom Hill as well. Mushroom Hill, by the way, does count. It's the first level in Sonic and Knuckles, which, of course, was a separate game from Sonic 3 Standalone, where we had Angel Island. One that some people might not recognize, perhaps, Turquoise Hill is from Sonic Chaos. And then obviously Palm Tree Panic from CD, and City Escape is from Sonic Adventure 2. Tell us about some chemical elements.
1 second, Hutch, just to jump in. Grawlen, you said Green Hill Zone and it didn't count. It would have counted because Green Hill Zone was a valid alternative, but more likely somebody beat you to the punch. If it was already up on the board, then only the first player or players within 5 seconds get it. So it was correct, but it was probably already up on the board, unfortunately. Hutch, sorry, back to you.
No, absolutely fine. I was going to say, talk to us about some chemical elements.
Yeah, chemical elements. You've done quite well. I mean, it's fairly standard trivia call. Hafnium and Rhenium being missed off there. Rhenium, Re, atomic number 75, and Hafnium HF atomic number 72, all the others covered. And yeah, I picked out some of my favourite musicals there. Kudos to Clive getting my favourite, Sweeney Todd, The Demon Barbarous, Fleet Street by Stephen Sondheim. Dear Evan Hansen, I think it's a relatively new musical, I don't know enough about it, but Sweeney Todd in at number 11 in the top 20, Dear Evan Hansen at 18, Les Miserables and his orchestra, for reasons best known to other people, is at number 1, Guys and Dolls coming in at 19, Into the Woods at 17, also Sondheim there, West Side Story, obviously Bernstein, based off Romeo and Juliet, that's in at number 5. Jesus Christ Superstar, nobody going for that. That is a good Andrew Lloyd Webber musical, coming in at number 10. Cabaret at 8, Miss Saigon at 14, and Wicked clocks in at 3.
Couple of things to point out for whoever asked. Phantom of the Opera would have been number 3, and also, why isn't the Book of Mormon on there, and why is it only number 6? Because that is a phenomenal musical. Interesting
thing, I think the citation that I've left there is actually the 2014 chart. So actually, Phantom of the Opera isn't number 3 because Wicked is number 3. It was only when Lewis proofed this that he pointed out I'd got the wrong citation. A Book of Mormon was originally there as number 6, but when Lewis pointed out to me, that's an outdated list, here is the new one, the Book of Mormon wasn't in the top 20, sadly, so I couldn't include it, so I had to switch it out.
It's 33!
I know, that's quite low. This is why we have proofers, because question writers, particularly myself, we're not infallible, so it's good to have a second pair of eyes over these, so very, very grateful to Lewis for going through these. David Strathy, welcome to the stream, and... There's Sooty Bunsen. Just FYI, you weren't to know if you're coming over, but we have a ban on the word rigged over here. It became something of a toxic word in the eons of the past, and it was being used in the wrong way. So we don't use that word. You weren't to know that necessarily, but just for the record, we don't even as a joke, we don't throw the word rigged around. It's like calling someone an angle shooter in poker. We just don't do it. No problem at all. You weren't to know. How would you be able to know that if it's your first time here? But thank you for your compliance, is the word I'm after. So that is understanding. That's the word I'm after there.
Compliance sounds so awesome.
I've been hanging out. My wife's a
financial... You will comply, chat.
My wife's a financial advisor, so she has compliance officer. Compliance is just a word that is in my lexicon now. So, Prey, welcome on in, my dude. Prey raiding in. Hope you're keeping well. Thank you very much. Your compliance is appreciated would be a good raid message suggestion if anyone wants to throw that out. Or Prudence has already come in with you will comply. Prey, hope you're keeping well, my dude. Lovely to have you here. Just in time for the last round of distinction, and we've got red herrings coming up in a few minutes. Let's clear this board and let's check out the scores and find out who is going to be coming into the distinction final. JB, welcome to the stream. Lovely to have you here, my dude. Let's take a look. Amel Theta on 10, Nick on 20, and other scores as well. Your experience may differ. Must fix those meshes. Someone log it in the Discord if you please. Into the top 24, AB Me on 90, up to Roy Johnson on 125. We've got Lingo on 125, up to Colo on 135. Coming into the top 12, Google, Cheese, Fet, Silver Electron, Race Pro, Batman, and Silent Marine. And our top 6, Topper, Shapes, Pyro, Akoma, Clive, and Riff. Akoma, Clive, and Riff, you are in the distinction final tonight! Gray, welcome to the stream. Incidentally, lobby players, those are not necessarily the final scores. You have still got an opportunity to win some big points in this final round, and there is a medal for the highest scoring lobby player. The top 3 are going to be our gold, silver, and bronze, but not necessarily in that order. It depends how the final goes for them, and I've just seen who's top. I think it was Riff, so it could be interesting seeing what happens in this next round. We've got Riff, Clive, and Akoma. Akoma, I think, is new. Is Akoma one of yours, Huds?
Akoma's one of mine, yes.
Well, welcome.
Let's go. Club 601 represent.
Absolutely. It's good to have some HUD 601 folks in the final tonight. Kurzov, welcome to the stream. So, you've still got an opportunity to earn some points, and points equal pennies on this channel. Pennies are our internal channel currency. It's essentially raffle tickets for the end of the season where you can win some token prizes at the end. So, it's all mainly for fun, but there is a little bit of value to them as well. But medals, those are priceless. So, gold, silver, and bronze have been set. It's going to be Riff, Akoma, and Clive, but not necessarily in that order. And, of course, there is a lobby medal for the highest scoring other player who's not in the final, but we have got the final to do first. If you've ever played or ever seen the TV show Pointless, you might be familiar with what's coming up because it is modelled somewhat similarly on there. Let's go to our distinction final. So, Riff coming in the gold spot on 250. Dr. Clivo Robotnik, I beg your pardon, Clive. Currently is second on 220, and Akoma just behind on 215. You are our distinction finalists. You are going to be our gold, silver, and bronze medalists. But in what order is it going to go? We will have to wait and see. Because, audience, you've got a very important role to play. I'm going to give you one question, and you have got 1 minute to give me up to 5 answers, a maximum of 5 answers. Okay? Again, you get more points the fewer people say it. My advice in this is in the first 30 seconds, try and rack your brains for some of the more obscure answers, and in the last 30 seconds, go for some of the more obvious ones, because having 4 common answers is still better than having 1 obscure answer and 4 blanks. So try as best as you can to give me 5 answers. You've got 60 seconds. Riff, Clive, Akoma, you won't be able to answer on this bit, but what you're going to be doing in just a minute is you're going to be looking for the answers that have not been said by anybody in our lobby game. And here's how the final works. For every answer, in a minute, Riff, Clive, and Akoma will go left to right and then right to left, and you're going to give me 2 answers each, 1 at a time. If you give me an answer that nobody in the lobby said, you will get no points, which is great. You keep your score. For every person who did say the answer you give me, you will lose 5 points. If you give me a wrong answer, you will lose the maximum of 100 points. If more than 20 people say a given answer that you give, you are capped at a loss of 100. So it goes left to right, then right to left. The long and short of it is you are still looking for the rarest answer you can think of. But Riff, Clive, and Akoma, you have got about a minute to think about it. And our lobby game are going to try and give us 5 answers each now. And again, you're looking for the rarest. There are 26 answers on this board. You have 1 minute. The very best of luck for you. And because we are in election fever in this country, I would like you to name people who have served as the British Prime Minister since the start of the 20th century. That is 1901. 60 seconds, and the time has started now.
I've just seen one of the alternative answers for one of them, and I love that you've put it there.
Yeah. Is it the third from bottom, is it? By any chance?
No, second from bottom.
Oh, second from bottom, yeah, that one's... I will make a point of going through that. Okay, 30 seconds coming up now. Some people yet to get an answer in. Roy Johnson is the first to give me 5, though. Very well played. You've cashed out and you've gone orange. As many as you can. Anybody who has served as Prime Minister of Great Britain since the start of the 20th century. More answers coming in. 15 seconds to go. Any more for any more? There's at least one that you can think of. The incumbent, the current one, would be a good one. Be a good place to start. Last 3 seconds, 2, 1, and that is your time up. Let's wait for the grace time to conclude. And this is very, very interesting. Between you, Lobby, you have given 100 and... Yeah, current, says that. You have given me 116 answers between all of you. And to our finalists, I will say to you, there are 2 distinct answers. There are 2 answers that nobody in the lobby managed to get. So we'll go left to right, then right to left. For every player who said it, lobby players, or finalists rather, you're going to lose 5 points. If you can find one of those 2 distinct answers, then you keep your score. After both passes, whoever has got the highest score will be the gold. Next highest will be silver, next highest will be bronze. If we've got a tie, then it counts back to the order in which you came into the round. So Riff has an advantage over Clive, who has an advantage over Akoma. So as much as possible, you want to try and get a higher score than your rivals. Best of luck to you all. Riff, we're going to start with you. Can I have your first answer, please? We're starting with Asquith. Asquith. Is that a correct answer, first of all? Yes, it is. Huds.
With was what was it 1908 to 1916, I believe.
Yes.
Our 4th one on the list, H.H. Asquith.
H.H. Asquith, Prime Minister of the Liberal Party, 1908 to 1916. I would just at this stage, Huds, the trivia is fine, the party is fine, the dates are fine, the full name is fine. At this stage, don't give us the position on the list just in case it triggers something with other
apologies.
players. That's all right. So Asquith was correct. How many people said H.H. Asquith? Good start for you, Riff. Just the one said it. You lose 5 points. You're down to 245, and you still have the lead. Coming over to Dr. Clivo Robotnik. Clive, can I have your first answer, please? We will find out in just a minute, Riff. Callahan. Callahan. Is that a right answer? Yes, it is. Huds.
Yeah, James Callahan, Labour Party, 1976 to 1979, 3 years. First and to date only person to have held all 4 great offices of state, which Royal Flush are...
The Prime Minister, the Chancellor of the Exchequer, the Home Secretary, and the Foreign Secretary. Quite a few have held 2, or I think a couple have even held 3, but Jim Callahan's the only one to have held all 4. It is the right answer, Clive. How many people said it? 4 going for James Callahan. You lose 20 points. You're down to 200. You drop into 3rd, but Akoma's still going to give it 2 answers. Akoma, can I have your first answer, please? Thatcher. Thatcher. Is that a right answer? Indeed so, Huds.
Yeah, Margaret Thatcher, very famously known for breaking the Union's Conservative leader from 1979 to 1990, actually was the person who took over after James Callahan. Yeah, not very popular for a lot of people and very popular for others. A very divisive character.
That is incredibly diplomatic of you, and I applaud you for it. How many people said the Iron Lady Margaret Thatcher? Ooh, 7. Lose 35 points. You're back into 3rd place, Akoma. But all of this could still change. You've each got to give an answer. You've all found correct answers so far. There are still 2 distinct answers up there. We're going to go the other way now. So, Akoma, can I have your second answer, please? Blair. Blair. Is Blair a correct answer? Indeed so, Huds.
Yeah, Tony Blair, leader of New Labour, 1997 to 2007, famous for that wonderful song, Things Can Only Get Better, as their party anthem, if you like.
And his war crimes. Tony Blair is... Alleged war crimes, sorry, forgive me. Alleged war crimes.
Allegedly! Allegedly!
And how many people said Tony Blair? Oh, quite a few. 9 over Tony Blair, down to 135, losing 45 points on that. It is still possible for you to land a silver medal here, Akoma. The gold is now out of reach, but if Clive puts a foot wrong here, he could drop below you. Clive, can I have your second answer, please? Yeah, I've got to press that button. Order! That's appropriate for now. May. Is that a correct answer? Indeed so, Mr. Huds.
Theresa May took over the Conservative leadership from David Cameron. 3 years led us pretty much up until the general election in 2019, if I'm not mistaken.
Not quite. She resigned.
Not quite.
It was quite funny because June ended up being the end of May, or April was the end of May, or something. One of them. Anyway, no. One of them was the end of May. April was the beginning. There was a pun there, which is now unworkable. Thanks.
All I know is she resigned, and she basically got the premiership, I think, because everyone else dropped out the race.
She got the premiership because another answer, who I won't say, we've got to be careful, resigned after a significant political event, she inherited the poison chalice, which she held on to until, I think, June 2019, and then another person held the office for 6 months until a general election a bit later on. May is a correct answer, and how many people said May? Okay, just 7 go for May, losing 35 points, and Clive down to 165. Now guaranteed the silver, could be the gold, depending what happens with Riff. Riff, can I have your final answer, please? Balfour. It's got to be worth 80 points or fewer to keep the gold. Is Balfour a correct answer? And correct. It's got to be correct and worth 80 points or fewer. It is a correct answer. Huds.
Yeah, Arthur Balfour, leader of the Conservative Party from 1902 to 1905. Over a century ago.
Very, very early on, early leader of the Conservative Party. How many people said Arthur Balfour? We get the magic distinction animation. Very well done, Riv. Nobody went for Arthur Balfour. You are the only one to say it, and only one go for H.H. Asquith, so you've done a bloody good job there. Very well played. You keep your score of 245, and at the end of that second pass, Akoma wins the bronze with 135. Clive gets the silver with 165, but our gold medalist with 245, it's Riff. Very well played, Riff. Before everyone starts asking in the chat, I am going to go through the answers and who said what. So, Huds, I hope your fingers are at the ready. We're going to go through the answers from the most popular to the least popular. The most popular answer, Solar SBR, thank you very much for that follow. The most popular answer there was Winston Churchill. 11 players going for Winston Churchill, getting 6 points each.
Yeah, Churchill, 2 premierships he had for the Conservative Party, 1940 to 1945, and then again from 51 to 55.
And we also had 10 people saying Liz Truss for 8 points. I'm amazed that's come up as popular as it has.
Liz Truss, the shortest premiership of all, with just 49 days. Conservative Party from September to October 2022, famously beaten by...
a lettuce, and actually lettuce was an acceptable answer, or Liz lettuce or lettuce Liz would have been acceptable answers for that. Very well done if you gave me that for 8 points. Gordon Brown, 9 players going for Gordon Brown, each picking up 12 points for that.
Yeah, Gordon Brown took over the Labour Party, from 2007 to 2010, was Deputy Prime Minister for Tony Blair. Famously took us into a recession.
I mean, it wasn't entirely his fault. There was this whole thing with Goldman. Anyway, let's not get political. Gordon Brown, texture like sun.
Let's not get political in a political question.
Quite. 9 players going for Tony Blair, which we had earlier on, for 12 points. 8 players going for Alexander Boris de Pfeffel Johnson for 16 points, more commonly known as Boris Johnson.
Of course you put the full name in there. Yep, Boris Johnson, leader of the Conservative Party from 2019 to 2022. Most famous, however, I think, for being a host on Have I Got News For You.
Indeed so. Sooty Bunsen, no, she is actually the shortest. There was a contested one, which I think was 3 days. There was someone, I think, who died of like herpes or something, but she is actually the shortest person to hold that office, Liz Truss. Just wanted to clarify that point. Facts are important.
I've got it right here. According to the cited sources on Wikipedia, Liz Truss shortest with 49 days. Second shortest was George Canning at 119 days, held in 1827.
And I think there was a contested one in ye olden days, which I think was like 3 days, but it is not recognised as a formal premiership. Moving on, Rishi Sunak, the incumbent, 16 points for the 8 players going for Rishi Sunak.
Yeah, he's been in charge of the Conservative Party since 2022. Unfortunately, we would not have accepted the answer of Dishy Rishi.
Yes, because he's no. Let's move on. Maggie Thatcher, we had earlier on 7 players going for that for 20 points. Well played there. Theresa May for 20 points, 7 players going for that. Again, we had that one earlier on. David Cameron, Teflon Dave, 24 points, 6 players going for David Cameron.
Yeah, David Cameron, leader of the Conservative Party from 2010 to 2016, obviously was the one who took office after Gordon Brown. Is the reason we had the vote on Brexit?
It's Lord David, actually, Prue. Sorry, I'm correcting people left, right and centre because I'm a horrible pen. He's Lord Cameron. And actually, Huds, he wasn't leader of the Conservative Party from 2010 to 2016. He's leader of the Conservative Party from 2005 to 2016. He was Prime Minister from 2010 to 2016.
Prime Minister from 2010.
He had a stint in opposition before he managed to get into coalition with... This is slightly my wheelhouse here, but yeah, he had an opportunity to go to coalition with the Liberal Democrats at the 2010 general election. Neville Chamberlain, 6 players going for Neville Chamberlain for 24 points.
Yeah, Neville Chamberlain, Prime Minister from 1937 to 1940, Conservative Party.
Indeed so. And also the Prime Minister at the time of the outbreak of the Second World War. 5 players going for John Major for 26 points.
Yeah, John Major, 1990 to 1997, took over from Margaret Thatcher before losing the premiership to Tony Blair and Labour.
He was leader of the Conservative Party from 1990 to 1997 because he took over from an incumbent Conservative government. Bonar Law. 4 players go for Bonar Law for 30 points.
Conservative Party, 1922 to 1923. I will say nothing more on this one.
Real name is Andrew Bonar Law. James Callaghan, we had earlier on 4 players going for Callaghan for 30 points. Getting some of the rarer answers, Mark Dozy-Lion and Sheeps going for Anthony Eden for 38 points.
Conservative Party, 1955 to 1957.
And then Clement Attlee, Pyro Colo and Sonata getting 38 points for Clement Attlee.
Clement Attlee, Labour Party, 1945 to 1951, took over from Winston Churchill, before Churchill then took it back afterwards.
Post-World War II Prime Minister, also founder of the NHS. If memory serves, Clement Attlee, we have Clement Attlee to thank for free healthcare in this country, and let's not get political. Moving on. 3 going for Ted Heath, Mr. Vertigo, Charlie Panks, and Puzzle Dan, each getting 38 points.
Ted Heath, Conservative Party, 1970 to 1974, sat right in the middle of a Labour government for someone that will probably come up in a moment.
Really interesting fact about Ted Heath. This was my lunchtime quiz question. He was the last person to assume the office of Prime Minister with a majority government from an opposing majority government. It hasn't happened since then. It is likely to happen on July the 4th in this country, if the polls are to be believed. Sir Keir Starmer is likely to form a majority Labour government from a majority Conservative government. But every time there has been a change of Prime Minister since 1970, it has either been with a minority government in coalition or it has been another member of the incumbent party taking over the role. Interesting little fun fact about Sophonics for you, or Sophology, as you will. 3 going for Stanley Baldwin, Pyro, Dozy-Lion and Google Cheese, each getting 38 points for that.
Yeah, Stanley Baldwin, 1923 to 1924, and then again from 1924 to 1929.
Very nice. Just the 2 going for Lloyd George, Silver Electron and Sheeps, 44 points.
Yeah, I believe the last time we had a Liberal government, 1916 to 1922.
And also encompassing the First World War. Is the only reason I know who David Lloyd George is, as we had to learn about him in school. 2 going for Harold Wilson, never played Sonic and Charlie Panks, for 44 points.
Yeah, Howard Wilson is the one that I was talking about who had basically a Ted Heath sandwich. So Labour government from 1964 to 1970, before he then had Ted Heath, and then he reassumed the position of Prime Minister from 1974 to 1976.
Must be running out of answers now. Henry Campbell Bannerman, very well done to Pyro and Sheeps for getting that, 44 points.
Yeah, the first Liberal government of the 20th century, 1905 to 1908.
And into our single answers, Mark getting Alec Douglas Ho. Very well played for 52 points there, Mark.
I can't find it fast enough.
2 above that. 2 above.
Oh, 2 above that one. Oh, wait, is it? Wait, what?
No, you were on Ted. Alec Douglas Ho.
I found it. I was looking at the wrong bit. My bad. Sorry. Yeah, Conservative government, 63 to 64.
Very well done with that one. Obscure answer. H.H. Asquith, which we had earlier on. Dozy-Lion is your nemesis there, Riff, the one who denies you 2 distinct answers. And we've got a couple more single answers. Harold Macmillan. Natter giving us Harold Macmillan for 52 points.
Oh, sorry, you're coming to me. Nice.
I am. Yeah, that's a pregnant pause.
Harold Macmillan, yeah, Conservative at 1957 to 1963.
And there is one more answer. The first Labour Prime Minister, Pyro, getting Ramsay MacDonald for 52 points.
All I can say is that Google Sheets is letting me down.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, Ramsay MacDonald, Labour 1924, and then National Labour from 1929 to 1935. That's the cell. You found it. Well done. So the two distinct answers, the one we had Arthur Balfour, which Riff gave us right at the end, and the other one, the very first one on our list, Robert Gascoigne Cecil. And Huds is going to read the trivia here.
Yes, so Conservative 1985 to 86, then again from 86 to 92, and then 95 to 1902. Gladstone took over for 170 days in between the first two and nearly 2 years in between the second two.
But notably, Gladstone did not have a premiership in the 20th century. So those are all the answers, and we furnish you with remarkable detail because I'm all election fever. Let's check out who's got our lobby medal over in the distinction lobby. Your final scores on the doors are as follows. And of course, all of these points will convert into pennies, and it should tell you on the app how many you've got in the end. I really need to fix that mesh issue. I need to turn it to don't overflow text. Those are your scores coming in. There's some high scores coming in. We're into the 200 marks in the top 18. Race Pro UK on 234 there. Coming into the top 7, Colo on 265, and our top 6, Mark, Dozy Lion, Topper, Riff, Pyro, and our lobby medalist, it Shapes with 386. Woo! Going to debug this for me, computer. GG's indeed, and it was a Coma with the bronze, Clive Robotnik with the silver, Riff with the gold, and it's Shapes who won that lobby medal. Very well done, and I'm hoping the app is telling you how many pennies you have won from that. Arabella, Catty, and AB Me, welcome to the stream. Oh, that was fun. That was fun. I love a bit of distinction. And Huds, thank you very much for furnishing us with all the extra trivia there as well, and to Lewis for proofing. Hope you had fun with that. I'm going to take a short break. I'm going to punch some adverts out so that if anyone's joining late, they won't get pre-rolls. I'm also going to get another drink because I am parched. I suggest you do the same. Go stretch your legs. If you're subscribed, you'll just get some nice music. If not, you'll see some ads. But we won't start the next game without you, which is going to be Red Herrings. Even more trivia, some extra Sonic trivia coming in as well. I think you're really going to like it. It's once again played through the app. So if you are playing in the WebGL version, you'll need to F5 on your browser to refresh it. I think there's an option to restart the app on the standalone versions, but don't quote me on that because I only programmed it together. I don't use it every week. So that is going to be coming up after the credits. Huds and I are going to go get some drinks, and we'll be back for Red Herrings very shortly. Thank you once again, everyone, for playing. Congratulations to Riff, our distinction gold medalist. We will see you in just a few short minutes' time. And coming up in just a few short minutes, we are going to have Red Herrings, a special Sonic theme pack. Turbo Drive Live, thank you very much for that raid. Welcome on in. You're just in time for an ad break, but when we come back, I'm going to play some adverts, so if you have just joined, apologies if you're about to see some adverts. Shall we actually have some music? There we go. So, when we come back, Red Herrings, about 3 minutes of adverts, and we'll pick up in about 5 minutes' time. Welcome on in, Turbo Drive Live, and thank you for that raid. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back. Well, that was a very exciting game of distinction. Huds is just grabbing a snack and saying hello to his fairer half. So I thought this would be a good opportunity to do some continuity. I think ads are still playing as well because I put them on quite late. But anyway, Red Herrings coming up in just a minute with a bit of a Sonic theme about it. Thank you for all the raid message suggestions. I've got a couple of people in mind that we could go and raid a bit later on. Yeah, we'll have Huds back in just a minute. He is coming back, I promise. Just a couple of things to announce. My regular stream time, if you're new here, I stream Saturday nights at 8 p.m. from season 15, which is starting in a few weeks' time, also Thursday nights at 8 p.m. So if you've enjoyed what you've seen here and you fancy coming back for a bit more quiz in the future, give us a follow, and Saturday nights and Thursday nights would be lovely to see you. Speaking of Saturdays, I'm back tomorrow, and what are we going to be playing? My goodness, my gracious, my goodness. Let me go and take a look in my server on the What's On guide. Because I can't remember. We have got Cryptex, The Abyss, and The Escape Artist to look forward to. That's tomorrow at 8 p.m. GMT, so please do come along and join us for that. Next Saturday, the 22nd of June, we're doing Big Break Live. I'm going to have some special guests with me. We're going to be live from the game room. I've started migrating the software over to my laptop so I can stream from that. Few technical things that still need working out, but I'm very much looking forward to that. That's going to be next Saturday. Big Break Live. Definitely not one that you want to miss. Elsewhere, let me give a little shout out to another partner in crime of mine, Mr. Ash the Bash. If you do like quiz trivia stuff, he's a good one to go and give a little follow to because he does similar things, and he's going to be streaming next Wednesday and Friday. He generally streams Wednesdays and Fridays, and next week he's going to be playing Secret Fortune and Outright on the Wednesday, Equation Grid, Hive Minds, and 100,000 Dupe Drop on the Friday. So do go and give him a follow. If Huds is now clear, I might be able to... I can't give you voice, but I can't give you video, Huds. But we can have your voice. You are now live. If you want to give a little plug to your stuff, now's a great time to do it.
Hello everyone, hopefully you can all hear me. Yes, so I'm a Sonic speedrunner, as many of you know. I'm sure many of you have visited, but all this month I am fundraising for Bristol Pride. It is one of my charity months, it being Pride Month and everything. I'm trying to raise £2,500. We hit £2,000 today. So yeah, if you're into any kind of gaming, if you're into Sonic, if you're specifically into speedrunning, do come over, come say hello, it'd be lovely to see you. If any of you out there have a Twitch Prime sub that you're not using, please consider using it over on my channel this month. The main reason for it is I'm giving away all my Twitch revenue to charity. So any Prime subs that don't cost you anything will raise money for charity. Any spare bits you got, any subs, anything like that, it's all going to charity. So I'd really appreciate it. But other than that, do come, do chill, do hang out. It's always lovely to see new people. I'm going to be live again tomorrow morning from 11, practicing some Sonic Dream Team runs, which is the Apple Arcade exclusive, because I'm going to be speedrunning it later on at Power Up with Pride Marathon.
Thank you very much, Huds, and I know you've got a lot of your community over here, so thank you for trusting your community with me, and thank you for trusting my community with you earlier on as well. So I know there's quite a bit of crossover now, and everyone tends to be very, very wholesome. So thank you everyone for supporting both Huds' stream and this stream tonight. I'm just going to wait for the cooldown before I can give you a shout out. Oh, I've got to wait 6 seconds, so by the time I've typed it, it should be fine. There we go. So if you're not following already, go and give him a follow. He's a great guy, is Huds, even though you can't see him, you can hear him. And that should be the adverts done. We've got one more game for you tonight. It's Red Herrings. It's going to be an inordinate amount of fun, and I'm going to press play on the build now because sometimes Unity takes a minute just to get started. I'm going to pause the music right there, and I will see you the other side when it's loaded. There we go. We are in action. I will see you the other side of the titles. It's Red Herrings! And if you want to come and play the game, you need the app right there. Use the QR code if you're playing on mobile. This is just a multiple choicey press one rather than a typey one, so it should be a little bit easier. If you want to play on your mobile, the app does support that as well. If you want to play on a desktop, that's also fine. This game only has room for 40 players, so get in quick before the lobby fills up. and all will be well. So yeah, more trivia from me. There is very much a Sonic bent running through this one. Round 2 is maybe a little tricky, but we'll have some fun with it all the same. But the rest of it, I think you're really going to dig, whether you're a quiz fan, a Sonic fan, or both. But do come and join the game. How's everything your end? Is Mrs. Hudds still with us? She's okay? She's not cross that she's not seen you since May?
Is Mrs. still with us? Makes it sound like
she's died, or she's so annoyed she's left you.
No, she's quite happy. She's drawing on her iPad at the moment and watching yet more Grey's Anatomy.
Nice.
Because apparently Grey's Anatomy is the show that literally never ends. So no, she's happy.
I don't think I've ever seen an episode of Grey's Anatomy in my life. So that's I'd say we're.
Although I have had to have a word with her though. You know the little Cajun chicken sticks you can get, like, picnic style food.
Vaguely.
Okay, well, it's basically like little sticks of chicken, like breaded and Cajun style. Apparently, that in a bread like wrap is apparently a sensible dinner.
What?
I'm struggling. Yeah, for me that's a snack.
I've got.
I've made a few.
I've got Mrs. Flush's spag bowl waiting for me in about 40 minutes.
Oh God, you are so lucky.
I know you've had some of Mrs. Flush's chili when you came down. It's in the same vein. I'm gonna have to go recook some pasta though. But yeah, looking forward to that very much.
Fantastic cook.
Right, I'm going to wait till the end of this sting and then we're going to lock it up. This is another game where you can join at any time, so if you like what you see here but you're a bit anxious about joining, that's completely fine. There is the end of the sting. So if you're a bit anxious about joining, you can join in midway through. You don't have to wait till the end of the round on this one. But we have got 26 players in the game, which is great. I see Mark has just joined. I'm just going to give you a second to... validate Mark just before I lock the lobby in case it does something weird. I see you're in already. Maybe you've done a refresh. I don't know. Maybe you've joined on a second device. I don't know. There we go. You're validated again. Right. Shall we play some red herrings? Oh, SM MIDI's just joined. I'm going to wait for you to validate SM MIDI. Type a little thing into the Twitch chat and then you'll ping. You'll ping up on the screen. There you are. Welcome on into the game. Right. Time for some herrings. Let's play red herrings. And welcome Arabella Catty to the game as well, just in the nick of time. Round 1 is called Zootropolis Zone. You need to answer the 12 questions using the options available. You get 1 point for each correct answer, but you lose 1 point for each incorrect answer. Okay? So you get it right, get a point, get it wrong, lose a point. No penalty for abstention. So if you're really not sure and you don't want to guess, then you can just sit it out. There is no penalty for abstention. Sometimes that's a better strategy than just blind guessing. Additionally, bonus questions may appear, which are worth 3 points if correct, but will cost you 3 points if incorrect. Bonuses will never be first, last, or consecutive, and we could get any amount. We might get none at all. It depends how RNG is feeling. If you get a perfect gamut of 12 out of 12, you get a bonus 2 points at the end of the round. Answers, you'll get 16 answers on the grid for the 12 questions. Answers aren't used more than once, and that means there are 4 red herrings hidden on the grid, which will never be correct, okay? So, SM MIDI, welcome to the stream. Keep a mental log of the answers that have already been revealed as correct, because they will still be available to be pressed even though you know they can't be right, because answers will only be correct once, if that makes sense. Huds, at the top of the sheet, there is a box saying description. I'm hoping you've got eyes on that and you're going to be able to tell us all about Zootropolis Zone. But first of all, let's reveal the answers that you're going to be playing with in Zootropolis Zone. Piranha, spider, mole, shark, urchin, fly, crab, centipede, monkey, beetle, dragonfly, chicken, bee, firefly, mouse, and bat. Huds, what is this round all about?
What is this round? We are asking you to identify the animal from either their Latin name, which may be infraorder, order, subclass, class, family, or any other taxonomic term, or from the Sonic the Hedgehog badnik that is based off of it. So we either want the Latin name or we want the Sonic the Hedgehog badnik name that the animal is based off.
So this feels like the perfect sort of mix for my regular quizzing folk and also for Sonic folk. You're going to get both the Latin name and the badnik, and all you've got to do is tell me the animal. Watch out for those red herrings. There are no herrings in this board, but there are 4 red herrings. Try and avoid them. And remember, once an answer has been revealed as correct, it will not be correct again, but you could still press it. All you've got to do is press the answer on your device. Good luck. Have fun. Oh, I see a Colo has just joined the lobby. I'm going to let you validate Colo and get into the game, as I don't see you in the game just at the moment. I'm going to wait for that Mr. Ben avatar to appear. There you are. Welcome on in, Colo. Just in the nick of time. Good luck. Have fun. Here's question number 1. Brachyura or crab meat?
Such a satisfying sound effect.
It is a good sound effect, isn't it? It's fun, that one.
Well done if you got crab for that one.
Yeah, from Sonic 1, Green Hill, and in Spring Yard Zone.
On to question number 2. Coleoptera or Blaster? Remember, you lose a point if you're wrong. You can abstain.
We have our first correct answers.
Couple of correct answers. Trickier one there. That's a beetle.
Yeah, it is a beetle. It's known as the, as you've seen, the Blaster. It's from Sonic 3 and Knuckles Flying Battery Zone.
It's the little brown thing that goes back and forth. Here's a bonus question. 3 points if you're right, but -3 if you're wrong. Take a look. Gallus domesticus or Clucker?
Of Clucker.
That feels appropriate. It's a chicken.
Yeah, you'll find this one. Sonic 2 Wing Fortress. They shoot eggs.
On to the next. Apode or Buzz Bomber? Or Apoidea or Buzz Bomber? One of those. Oh, don't get drawn into a little heffalump trap. Don't get drawn into a little heffalump trap. That's a bee.
Yeah, one of the first enemies you'll ever encounter. Sonic 1 Green Hill, Marble, and Spring Yard.
On to the next question. Diptera or Wisp? Incidentally, while Apodee also includes one type of wasp, the Buzz Bomber is definitely a bee, not a wasp. Also, there is no wasp. Slightly trickier one here. Well done if you got Fly. Fly.
Yeah, from Sonic 2 Aquatic Ruin Zone. The important thing, though, is that the wisps have been reused in modern Sonic.
I did not know that. Next question. Talpede. Oh, bloody Nora. Talpede, Burrabot.
Yeah, the wisps these days in Sonic Colors give you power-ups, basically.
Oh, okay.
The
They always come in groups of 3 as well, don't they? Like most flies, I
Sonic
guess.
2 they do.
That's a mole.
Yeah, you'll find this one in Sonic 1 and Sonic 2 in Labyrinth and Aquatic Ruin Zones, respectively.
Time for another bonus question. 3 points if you're right, -3 if you're wrong. And Dozy Line, I will take that argument in just a moment. Aranea or Grabber? Might be able to logic your way through the Latin on this one. Very famous derivation here. Aranea or Grabber? Distant cousin of Spider Steve. Spider is the answer.
Indeed. You'll find the Grabber, though, in Sonic 2 Chemical Plant, but salutes for Spider Steve.
Salutes for Spider Steve. Chiroptera or Bat Brain? Hello, going the wrong way. It's Say What You See, Nay. It is indeed a bat.
Yeah, these are the ones that you'll find in Marble in Sonic 1.
Another bonus for you. 3 if you're right, -3 if you're wrong. Think carefully before you answer, particularly with this question. Selachimorpha or Jaws? Selachimorpha or Jaws? Lewis, welcome to the stream, my dude. There is a query being raised, which Lewis, as our proof for now in chat, he will argue the case with me. That's the shark.
Yeah, from Green Hill Zone in Sonic 1, the ones that jump up from the bridges and stuff.
Those ones. Simeon or coconuts?
Everyone should get this one. At least all the Sonic fans should.
Come on, see you green. Puzzle Dan, that's a mini, you gonna have a go? Not going to risk it. That's the monkey. Oh, Esamidia, wrong answer. Just before the clock.
No.
Yeah, monkey.
Yeah, from Sonic 2 Emerald Hill.
And on to the next, Lampyridae or Flasher. Ooh,
Also, any fans of Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, the old cartoon TV show from the 90s, will know that Coconuts was a full-blown character in that.
Indeed so. Lampyridae or Flasher. Bit of a clue in the bad nickname. That's a Firefly.
Yeah, from Mystic Cave Zone in Sonic 2. Annoying little buggers.
They're horrible. I hate them. Next, Moose
Or Techno Squeak. Moose or Techno Squeak. That would be a mouse down at the bottom there.
Yeah, these are the mice that were in Flying Battery Zone, Sonic 3 and Knuckles. They're blue.
And that's all the questions. The red herrings, the piranha, the urchin, the centipede, and the dragonfly. And that is the end of round one. Any bonuses? Yes, Battyman getting a perfect 18 points there. 12 out of 12 gets the bonus 2 points, taking them up to 20. On the red herrings, piranha, the Latin name is Serrasalmidae. That's a chop from Sonic 2 Aquatic Ruin. The centipede, Latin name Kilopoda, that's a Crawlton, Season 2 Mystic Cave. They're the ones that jump out of the walls. Dragonfly, one of the red herrings, Latin name Anisoptera, and the bad nickname is just Dragonfly in Sonic 3 and Knuckles. And urchin, Echinodea, not to be confused with an echidna, and that's called a Spiny in Sonic 2. I think they're the urchins in Chemical Plant, the ones that go across and fire out of their heads.
Yes, I believe so. You are
So,
correct.
before we move on, Dozy Lion contested a question. Was it the Buzz Bomber one, Dozy Lion? Because I'm here to fight the corner, as is my proof of Lewis. So, and I always think it's very important to own up when a mistake is made, but also to be sure that we are being robust with the trivia. And generally, if people say, I'm not sure about that one, normally chat explodes if it's something very obvious that's been missed. But if there's a contention, I'm happy to have that argument. It's shaped far closer to Yellow Jacket than a bee, however, it is a beaten in Japanese. Yes, beaten in Japanese, and according to all the sources I could find on the various Sonic wikis, it is styled as a bee, not a wasp. More pertinently, wasp was not an answer on the board. In fact, I actually put down in my notes, it felt a bit mean to include wasp as a red herring. That would have been probably cause for concern, but as it is, I think it was perfectly valid as it was. But you're quite right, yes, it is Beatron. And as Lewis is saying, Buzz Bomber is a bee/hornet. According to sources, B's the only answer there that could have worked. So sometimes it's about judging the board as well as judging the answer. If it could potentially be one or two, check what's on the board. Right, that was the end of round one. Battyman's got the lead. Clive's in second. I beg your pardon. Clive, Mr. Vertigo, and Race Pro are in tied second on 16. ADME, Chesy Babe, Google, Akoma, Opsy, Proves, Pyro, all on 15. Very close scores here. Grawlin, Sheeps, Sonica on 14. Silence on 13. Drivo is on 12, as is Riff. Dozy Lion, Dragon, Fish, Silver Electron, Esamidia on 11. Topper's got 10. Puzzle Dan on 9. David and Mark on 8. Colo on 7. Saul is on 6 and Hello is on -6, but you can't lose points moving forward from here, you can only gain them. So onwards and upwards as we move on to round number 2. Scrabble Zone is round number 2, and I think this is probably the hardest round of the quiz, but I will let you be the judge of that. The rules for this round: answer the 12 questions using the options available. Once again, you'll have 16, which will include 4 red herrings, and the answers will only be correct once. Answer faster to earn more points in this round. So if you answer in the first 5 seconds, and it's a good round, this one for fast thinking, Silver Electron, welcome to the stream, you get 3 points if you answer in the first 5 seconds, 2 points in the first 10 seconds, and 1 point if it takes you 10 to 15 seconds to get the answer. In this round, you don't lose points if you're wrong, but obviously you don't get points either. But if you give me a wrong answer, you will be frozen out of the next question. You will not be able to answer the following question. Once again, bonus questions may appear. If we have a bonus question, it's worth a flat rate of 5 points. No timer on that question, so 5 points whenever you answer. And I'll give you 3 points if you get a perfect round of 12 out of 12. Hopefully that all makes sense. But yes, once again, bonuses could appear at any point except first or last, and they will not be consecutive. You can be frozen out of a bonus, and you can be frozen out on a bonus. bonus. Okay, so think very, very carefully before you answer in case there's a bonus coming up, because those are the ones that are going to be worth the more points. Okay? Once again, no penalty for abstention. So if you really don't know and you don't want to have a guess, abstaining can be a more valid strategy. It's Scrabble Zone, and your options are 12, 92, 70, 60, 10, 6, 18, 11, 68, 7, 5, 0, 13, 9, 6, 0, 1, and 15. HUDs. What's this?
Yeah, we're going to ask you to identify the points that would be awarded for playing the following words in the English language Scrabble. You must assume that no word crosses another already placed on the board.
Unless otherwise stated. Or you have to make an assumption based on the letters that are given. So, fast maths, a bit of Scrabble. There is a Sonic theme to this. Good luck. Have fun. Here's question number 1. Ring on a triple word score.
Well, that's an evil start.
That's a really horrible start. Have a think about it. You got 15 seconds. That is worth 15 points.
Yeah, you'll get 2 for the G, 1 for the other 3, and then a triple word score 5 times 3.
Orange if you're frozen out, blue if you're in live play. Sonic. No bonus tiles. Sit and think about it. Sonic is worth 7 points.
Yeah, you get 3 for the C, the rest are all worth 1.
Giving you a total of 7. Next one. Knuckles with a C already on the board.
This is so evil, I love it.
Horrible. Is it going to be the first saucing of the night? It wouldn't surprise me. Oh no, Pyro's got it. You get 68.
Oh, okay, so you get 5 for the Ks, 3 for the C, the rest are 1, and 50 bonus points for using all your tiles.
Because of course you have to in that word. Fast with a double letter score on the F.
This is just pot luck, isn't it? Pick a number, any number.
Well done if you've gotten this one. Fast is worth 11 bricks. Thank you for that raid, my dude. We're in the middle of Red Herrings. And it's time for a bonus question. Fast very quickly. In fact,
Fast, you get 4 with a double for 8, rest is 1.
Fantastic. I'm just going to pause the build very quickly. Ruffle Bricks, thank you for that raid. Welcome on in, Ruffle Bricks, Major Disaster. If you want to come and join this game, you're very welcome to do that. Please do so. Please keep your answers out of the chat, if you'd be so kind. But the app is there if you want to play along. Ruffle Bricks, Major Disaster, Watcher, lovely to have you here. Thank you for that raid. Game continuing with the next question. Here we go. Emerald on the first turn. A lot of info from HUDs here because you will get 70 points for that.
You will. You get 3 for the M, 2 for the D. The rest are all worth 1, but the first turn is worth double points, and you get 50 bonus points for using all your tiles.
Probably the hardest one on the board. Next one, a little bit easier. Tails. Remember, the answers won't be repeated. Bricks, thank you for that raid, my chap. Hope you're keeping well. Hope the stream was good. Just in time for some red herrings over here. 5 for tails.
Yeah, they're all worth 1.
Easy peasy, right? Points, says Prudes. On to the next one. Metal with a triple letter score on the M. That would be worth 13.
Yeah, you're going to get 3 for the M, but it's triple letter score on that one, which makes 9. The rest are worth 1 each.
Taking you to 13. Big, as in the cat.
As opposed to Biggie.
As opposed to Biggie, which is what my Spaniel calls my Labrador.
Yeah.
Because she's bigger, obviously.
Woggy.
Nice easy one there. 6 points for Big.
Yep, 3 for the B, 2 for the G, 1 for the I.
Moving on. Chaos. Ooh, trickier one here. Remember, you get frozen out if you're wrong. Frozen out of the next question. 10 for chaos.
Yeah, 4 for the H, 3 for the C. The rest are worth 1.
Here's another bonus question. 5 points no matter when you answer here. Bad luck if you're frozen out of this one. Take a look. Lamppost, triple word score. O already on the board.
So evil.
Count the letters, you may get a clue. Well done if you word that one out. That's 92.
Yeah, so the MMP's worth 3, the rest are worth 1, so 14 times 3 is 42, plus the 50 bonus points for using all your tiles.
Very good. Glitch is next. Okay, Lone Mouse. This is evil. Lol. Yeah, this one's a tough round. I did advertise it as such, to be fair.
This is how you mix two communities.
Yeah, Scrabble. Glitch is worth 12.
Yeah, 4 for the H, 3 for the C, 2 for the G, the rest are worth 1.
I think this might be the last one. Ivo. If this is the last one, I'm so glad it's come up last. Because Ivo is worth 0.
Yeah, it's not a valid word.
It's not a valid word. It's not a real word. Come on. Red Herrings there, 60, 18, 9, and 601. And that is blissfully the end of round 2. No bonuses. No bonuses, unsurprisingly, going out there. Silver Electron, I knew that would be a thing. That's not even a word. That's very true. It's not a word. Oh, at the end of round 2, Riff is in the lead, looking for 2 gold medals tonight, currently on 36. AB Me's on 30. Pyro SM Midi on 29. Pruse has got 26. Battyman slips down now on 24. Opsy on 23. Mario on 22, aka Topper. Mr. Vertigo 21. Mark and Shapes on 20. Chezzy Babe and Dozy Liner on 19. Dragon and Google Cheese on 18. Nat has got 17. Clive and Fish and Akoma and Race Pro are all on 16. David's got 15. Grawlin and Puzzle and Silent and Silver Electron and Sonica are all on 14. Sao Lao on 11. Colo on 7. And Hello on 4. Everyone in positive figures, which is great. Well, as we breathe a sigh of relief, no more Scrabble. But more Sonic coming up as we play on to round number 3. Any of our raiders, Bricks, thank you once again for that raid. Any of our raiders want to join in with the game, there is still a few spots available. Go and get the app in the WebGL there and then join with the code displayed on the screen, HCVF. You can join at any time. Round 3 is the sequel zone. Only 9 questions in this round and 12 options on the board, so 3 red herrings. In this round, you get more points for each consecutive answer. If you get it wrong, it breaks your streak and you have to start again. So the first one you get right is worth 1. The next one 2, then 3, then 4, and so on. If you abstain, it will preserve your streak. So let's say you get the first 3, you're up to 6 points. The next one would be worth 4. If you get it wrong, it breaks the streak. You start building from 1. But if you abstain, that streak is preserved and you'd come back in. The next one you get right would be worth 4. There are no bonus questions in this round, but I'll give you a bonus of 5 points for a perfect round. And again, answers are not going to be used more than once, and there's 3 red herrings on this grid. So, yes, you'll be purple if you're on a streak, or blue if you are just in, if your next question's worth 1. So think carefully, because if you get like 6 right in a row, you might not want to risk the next question, because it can be very, very damaging, and of course, escalating points can make a big difference going into round number 4. So it's sequel zone, and if I focus on the right window and not Google Chrome, F1 will progress the game rather than opening the help window. Your options are Colours, Heroes, Forces, Adventure, Lost World, Advance, Mania, Chaos, Battle, Rush, Rivals, and Blast. Huds.
Yeah, we're going to ask you just some general knowledge questions. Answer them with the correct subtitle of the given Sonic the Hedgehog game.
Okay, so you've got 12 Sonic the Hedgehog game subtitles there. You're going to get 9 questions. Again, answers won't be repeated, so keep a mental tally of the answers that are gone, because you can still press them even if they've already gone. Good luck, have fun. Here's question number 1. East Sussex town and site of the Battle of Hastings. Colours is spelt wrong. Spelt in 2 ways, depending if it was released in the US or the UK, Google Cheese. I will die on that hill. If you're blue, you might as well have a go, because if you're breaking a streak of 1, you're going back to 1. That's battle.
Yeah, by the way, the Battle of Hastings actually took place in Battle, not Hastings.
And yet Hastings is the one that gets the memory. Purple if you're on a streak. Academy Award-winning actor Jeffrey Blank. That would be Rush, Jeffrey Rush.
Yeah, known for playing eccentric roles on both stage and screen.
Academy Award won for the film Shine, I believe. 2006 to 2010 US TV show starring Zachary Quinto. Jeffrey Mania. What a great name, Riff. I'd watch a film with Jeffrey Mania in. That would be Heroes.
Yeah, ran for 4 seasons, a total of 77 episodes.
Save the cheerleader, save the world. Most players on a streak now. Next one, University Sporting Achievement. I know the university I went to had a big sport thing, so I'm very familiar with this. I've DJ'd at a couple of these events. Slightly trickier question. Well done if you got this. That is colours. You get full colours is an award. Huds.
Yeah, awarded to members of a university or school who have excelled in the sport, traditionally indicated by wearing of a special tie or blazer.
On to the next. Branches include the Army, Royal Navy, Royal Air Force and Royal Marines. Armed blank. Almost a sea of green there, just missing Grawlin. We may have lost possibly forces. They are the armed forces.
Yeah, the Royal Navy founded 1546, the Army in 1660, the Air Force in 1918.
Next question. TV talent show that begat, that should say begat, apologies for the typo, Girls Aloud, Pop Stars the blank. I suppose began works as well. I think I was aiming for begat though. Pop Stars the Rivals is what we wanted.
Yeah, second UK series of the Popstars franchise, also formed Hearsay and Liberty X.
They did indeed. Greek Spirits of Insanity and Madness. Oh, a few people falling into a little heffalump trap here. It's Mania.
Yeah, ancient Greek mythology is what we're testing here. Sometimes said to have been nurses of the god Eros.
Sometimes spelt with an AE at the end, but not chaos. Critically. Next question. Michael Crichton novel sequel, The Blank. That is indeed The Lost World.
Yeah, most people will know this as the second film in the Jurassic Park franchise.
Indeed so. Great film. Great soundtrack as well. Payment received before providing goods or services. That would be an advance.
Yeah, also referred to as a loan.
Welcome on in, Shadow, Sylveon, and the Red Herrings, all on the right-hand side. Adventure, Chaos, and Blast. And that is the end of round 3. Any bonuses going out? Just Clive getting 9 out of 9. Very well done. And Clive, that moves you into tied top. Those bonus 5 points. Very well played. Oh, it's all very exciting coming into the final round. AB, me and Clive now with the lead of 66. Riff has 60. Dozy Line on 55. David's got 51. Pyro and SM Midi on 50. Prugs and Shapes on 44. Topper's got 43. Mr. Vertigo 42. Battyman and Dragon on 39. Colo and Puzzle Dan and Silver Electron all at 35. Natter's got 33. Chesy Babe, Mark and Opsy all on 32. Race Pro's got 29. Fish has got 28, as has Hello. Sonic's got 27. Google's got 23, as has Silent Marine. Akoma on 22. Sao Lao on 17. Growlin on 14. And Shadow, who's only just joined the game, yet to score. But there's one more round in which to gain points. How was that for you? That felt a bit friendlier?
That was much better. I think a lot of them were, fairly easy to kind of deduce from the options that were there.
I'm hoping so. I thought we needed a bit of a tonic after the Scrabble round, I felt. Well, my friends, there is one more round on this very special Sonic game night. And let's go there now for round number 4. It's the final zone. Little bit of a change of format here. You will need to select 6 answers from the grid of 16 that you are presented, and you need to find the 6 answers that fit with the criteria. If you give me a wrong answer, so if you only find 3 out of 6, if only 3 of the answers you've selected are correct, you'll be told how many you got right and then frozen out for 5 seconds. It's a bit of a deselect before you reselect sort of thing. You won't be able to select more than 6 on your device, but if you've gotten 3 right, it won't tell you which 3, but it'll say you got 3, and then it's up to you to decide which ones you're taking off and which ones you're putting back on. First to find all 6 will get themselves 50 points. Subsequent correct submissions win 5 points fewer than the previous player, so 50, 45, 40, 35, and so on. We keep going until either we run out of time after 90 seconds or 10 players have gotten the correct 6 answers, the last one of whom will get themselves 5 points. As an additional help for you, I'm going to gradually remove answers from the grid. So when they're no longer selectable on your device, that means it's a wrong answer, it's been removed, and you can remove it from your train of thought. As I said, we'll keep going until 10 players have found all 6 answers or 90 seconds have expired. This one, Huds, you don't need to read the description for because it is presented as the clock starts. Good luck to you all. The options are... Yes, after you choose 6, so you select 6 Sylveon and press submit, you'll be frozen out for 5 seconds if you're wrong and told how many you got wrong, and then your app will automatically unlock if you are, if the game is still on and you were not correct. Your options are Spiral from the Book of Saw, The Matrix Revolutions, The Matrix, Police Academy 6, City Under Siege, Police Academy, The Fellowship of the Ring, Lord of the Rings, Mockingjay, The Hunger Games, Sonic Dream Team, Sonic the Hedgehog, Carry On Nurse, Carry On, Rise of the Tomb Raider, Tomb Raider, Exodus, Bible Books, Fast X from Fast and Furious, Grand Theft Auto 4 from Grand Theft Auto, Croatia from Countries to Adopt the Euro, End Times, Breaking Bad episodes, Anthony Albanese, Australian Prime Ministers, The Last Battle, The Chronicles of Narnia, and Pope Francis, Roman Catholic popes. Those are your 16 answers. 6 of those will fit the criteria. You may be able to work out where this is going. You have got 90 seconds. The very best of luck to you all. And in those 90 seconds, I need to know the 6 things that are the final or most recent installments in their respective franchise, series, or list. Hello is straight in with 5. David Stradley solving in under 10 seconds, getting 50 points. Very well played. 45 points up for the next correct player to answer. Sheeps has gotten 5 now as well. Hello is still stuck on 5. Sheep's still stuck on 5. Couple of 4s, lots of 4s, lots of 3s. Any more 5s coming in? Dragon's on a 5. It's not Exodus. Exodus is not the last book of the Bible. So remove that from your train of thought and keep pressing and guessing. Dragon's still on 5. It's not Mockingjay from the Hunger Games. You might have thought it was, but it's not. Remove it from your train of thought and try something else. Dragon's still stuck on 5. David's still the only one to have solved. It's not GTA 4. That is not the last game in the franchise. Or the most recent. Dragon's finally got there. Well played. Getting yourself 45 points. Can anyone else solve? 30 seconds to go. Spiral from the Book of Saw is a wrong answer. Hello and Sheeps are on 5. AB Me followed quickly by Clive, getting 40 and 35 points. Very well played. Prugs and Hello still stuck on 5. Fish for Fets has finally got there. Chesy Babe and Google That are on 5. It's not Police Academy 6. Essa Middy's on 5. Battyman's on 5. 10 seconds to go. It is not Rise of the Tomb Raider. Sheeps has finally got there. Battyman's got there. Hello has got there. Sonic and him, Google Cheese, Rip all on 5. 5 seconds. One more go if you're quick. Pyro's got there anymore. And that is time. Oh. Fast and Furious. Let's reveal all the wrong answers there. And we'll go through them before we go into the final scores. So, Huds, let's take me through the correct answers first of all.
Okay, so let's start with the correct answers. The Last Battle, part of the Chronicles of Narnia, is the 7th of 7 books. We have, and I'm going to correct you on this, Fast 10, not Fast X, Fast 10, it's Roman numerals, from the Fast and Furious series. It is the current latest one. There is a new film, and it's meant to be the final one, but it's not due until 2026. Sonic Dream Team is the most recent release from for the Sonic franchise. Rumble is coming, but it's going to be released later this year. Superstars came out 2 months before that. Anthony Albanese, one of the Australian Prime Ministers, the current incumbent. Pope Francis, obviously the current incumbent Pope, and Croatia from that famous film or TV series, Countries to Adopt the Euro.
It didn't say they were all TV shows, although a lot of them were.
Croatia from Countries to Adopt the Euro. They actually adopted the Euro last year in 2023.
2023, taking over the Corona. Was it the Corona or the Crown? I want to say the Corona.
Probably some kind of crown.
I did know that because Eric's Croatian, and he had it as his channel currency for a while. My Trader, welcome to the stream. The red herrings, just to go... Kuna, that's the one. I knew it began with a K. Thank you, David. The wrong answer is Exodus is the second book of the Bible. Fellowship of the Ring is the first book or film in the Lord of the Rings series, followed by The Two Towers and Return of the King. Matrix Revolutions was the third, but it's the third of now 4. Matrix Resurrections came out in 2021. GTA 4, you've got GTA 5, obviously, GTA Online, and the definitive edition have all been released since then. Spiral from the Book of Saw. Saw 10 or Saw X was released in 2023. Spiral was 2021. Carry On Nurse was actually the second film of that franchise. Police Academy 6 was the penultimate film of the series. There were also 2 TV series afterwards, so that was always going to be vague and always had to be a wrong answer. Rise of the Tomb Raider, it followed with Shadow of the Tomb Raider in 2018, plus an iOS Android game in 2023, and Tomb Raider Reloaded. Tomb Raider Reloaded was the iOS Android game. They did a reskin of the original trilogy quite recently as well.
Yeah, remastered. Tomb Raider Remastered came out earlier this year.
Mockingjay's a really interesting one because that was originally when I wrote this in as a correct answer, and then something came up on X, formerly Twitter, which said there's a new one coming out, and I actually then went and double-checked, and it turns out Mockingjay's the third of the trilogy, but there was a prequel release, A Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. That was released 10 years later in 2020, and then this announcement in the last couple of weeks about a new sequel, a sequel to the prequel, has just been announced that's set to release in 2025, so Mockingjay is definitively not the last in the series. Finally,
the film for that came out last year, by the way, as well.
Mockingjay? Or the...
No, so A Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes.
I've only
got made into a film.
I've only seen the first 1.5 films. I really need to finish them. I think I read the first book as well, but I quite enjoyed them for what it's worth, but I should give them another go.
I like them.
End Times, whilst it sounds like it is the last episode, it's actually the penultimate episode of the penultimate season, season 4. The finale was actually called Felina, which was clever in a number of ways. First of all, it's an anagram of finale, and also it's 3 chemical symbols, Fe for iron, Li for lithium, and Na for sodium, which is sort of runs through the Breaking Bad franchise. So much to like about that show, and I will never stop blowing its trumpet. Huds, anything to add?
Yeah, just to say, Breaking Bad, greatest TV show of all time. Watch it if you haven't.
If you give it a go, and then what's Better Call Saul? So, after all that, we're not being paid to say that, we're just fans. After all that, we have got final scores on the doors. It's a bronze medal for Dragon with 84. It's a tied silver with 101 for Clive and David. Clive's second silver medal of the night. But it's a gold medal with 106 points for AB Me. Whew. And that is the end of the quiz. GG, everyone. GG.
Made it. Well done, everyone. Well done.
Hope you all had fun. Thank you again to Lewis for helping with the proofing on that, and special thanks as well to Huds, not only for trusting me with his community, but also for being a pointless friend and being a pair of eyes where I couldn't be. Have you enjoyed yourself?
I have had a wonderful time. I need to say a huge thank you firstly to you and your community and your question writers and your proofers as well, for putting all this together. Normally I have time to kind of help put the questions together before they get proofed. I have been so busy between work and streaming, I have had zero time. So Ben has taken it upon himself with his team to put all of this together for you all tonight. So certainly from my side and from everyone in chat, please give this man your love. Give him a round of applause as well. Thank you to you and everyone behind the scenes for putting this together. I really appreciate it, and it's been a wonderful evening.
It's been a pleasure. The pleasure is all mine. Can you just, before we go and raid, can you give us one last ping of the Tiltify link? I know a couple of people are asking. Ash did put the link in there, but just to re-stress once again, this is an extra special game night. I don't usually stream Fridays. Can I extend my thanks to Ash? He's one of the moderators who's been in tonight, but Ash normally streams on a Friday. I let him know about 4 weeks ago. I said, look, Huds and I are doing our regular collabs again. It's literally the only 2 days we can do on both Fridays. I'm going to be streaming this night. Would you be okay? And he very graciously stepped aside. I know it's normally his evening.
we've got an awful lot of crossover between our communities. So enormously grateful to Ash for stepping aside and letting us do this little slice of madness this evening. So
thank you so much, Ash. Sorry to intrude on your Friday. It's literally like the only day in this entire month I was able to do it. I get
Literally
4 nights off this whole month.
It's mad. Boy's crazy. Do go and give Ash a follow if you like quiz shows, game shows. Ash does he does some over here. You get a lot of original formats. Over on Ash's side of things, you get quite a few original formats, but he also does a lot of remakes of things you might have seen on TV, which I can't do for legal contractual work related reasons anymore. So I have to wait 17 minutes before giving you a shout out. Well, I will just type your link into the chat: twitch.tv/AT_bash. So thank you for that, and thank you, Huds, for helping me put all this together. But thank you to your community and to my community, and say all of the money raised going over to Bristol Pride, which I know is a cause very, very special to Huds' heart. So thank you for your efforts and your contributions in getting that to over £2,000 now. It's an amazing achievement. We are going to wrap there. I am going to be back tomorrow. Huds is going to be back tomorrow morning at 11. I'm going to be back to 11 a.m. That is GMT, or BST, I should say. I'm going to be back tomorrow evening with my regular game night slot at 8 p.m. BST, where we're going to have Cryptex, The Abyss, and The Escape Artist. Serious quiz tomorrow night. Serious quiz happening. Cryptex and The Escape Artist have had a few quality of life tweaks to them in the last couple of over the last week, actually. So look forward to playing those with you, and I'm grateful to the writers as well. I think we've got Oni on The Abyss, I want to say, Kusani on Cryptex, and Zeus for The Escape Artist. So a trio of really good packs coming up in 3 really good formats, if I say so myself. I think they're quite popular, those 3. So do come along and join us for that if you can. We are going to go and raid, and I think we're going to go raid into Flargin Lounge. He's forever raiding into me. He's a Twitch partner, GTA speedrunner, and one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. He's so chilled out and laid back. We're going to go send him some love because it seems a shame not to. I need to make a raid message. There's a couple of raid messages have come in. #, Royal Symphony. # you will comply. I really like Horses Are People Too.
Horses Are People Too is great.
That's a really good one.
I love that. That's
no
a very
Book of
you
Mormon.
one.
It's quite me, isn't it? Ted Heath sandwich. Mozart does not equal Tchaikovsky. Something came up on X, formerly Twitter. I quite like that. But I think I've said that twice tonight, X, formerly Twitter. I think it's got to be Horses Are People Too. So thank you to Shapes for that. We are going to raid into, if I can spell his name right, Flargin Lounge. And we're going to say, Horses Are People Too. There we go. It doesn't start the raid, but it does put the raid message in chat. Nice little control center. Once again, massive thanks from me and from Huds as well to speak on your behalf. But it's been a tremendous night. I'm going to go get some food and another drink. We are going to go and raid into Flargin Lounge and say Horses Are People Too. That's it. Until the next time, and until I next see you either on Huds' tomorrow morning or on mine tomorrow evening, enjoy your weekend. Be splendid and wonderful and marvellous and safe as always. Congratulations to AB Me, our Red Herrings champion. And until next time, you've been watching a Sonic Special Game Night. Take care, peace out, and good night.
Whoa. Yo.